What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Amateur TV for another video on the second channel for Amateur Hour. The first channel, we go through 3 Raptors videos a week and a lot more of a professional setting than this. But this channel, I like to talk about more things that I don't quite have time to get to on the main channel. So if you like what you see from today's video, be sure to drop a like to help support the channel. Really does go a long way to helping promote it. And make sure you are subscribed to Amateur TV for more Raptors videos all throughout the offseason and into the next season. Today's video, we are discussing Siakam and Bam Adebayo. This question was asked on Twitter. A lot of the video ideas I get here are just kind of decently viral tweets that I see on Twitter regarding a debate between two players. And, I just find that they're interesting questions, and I like to give my answer on videos or in videos just like this. So, without further ado, let's take a look at the question. So, who adds more value to their team and why? Adebayo or Siakam? So immediately after seeing this question, I went, well, Pascal Siakam is the better player than Bam Adebayo. That's not really a debatable question. Bam Adebayo, he's fine. He's been an all-star, sure. No All-NBA appearances, but, he's been an all-star. He's got those all-defensive teams, so whatever. He's fine. He's not as good as Pascal Siakam. Then as I kind of got into the replies to this, a lot of the replies were saying it's not about who's better. It's about who adds more value to their team and why. So I guess that makes the question a little bit different because Bam Adebayo is a very good defender. He's playing with guys like Jimmy Butler and maybe no other superstar there on that team. And Miami were the 1 seed. They were a championship contender, and they were a Jimmy Butler bad decision away from possibly going to an NBA Finals where they would have lost to the Warriors. But, hey, they would have gotten there, and, what? Yeah, I guess you never know. The Warriors would have beaten them. But they almost got to the Finals. They almost got to the Finals again. And, that would have been the second time with Bam Adebayo on their team. So, somewhat impressive from Bam Adebayo, but he's been to a Finals, yes. But Siakam has also been to a Finals, and Siakam has won an NBA championship. But, it's not just about rings. Let's talk about the actual value added the players have to their team. So, for Pascal Siakam here, we have a very, very good team in the Eastern Conference in the Toronto Raptors. They were the 5 seed. They won 48 games. Pascal Siakam was the first option on that team, which was hovering around 500 around December before Siakam went just stupid and took over this team, helped orchestrate that 48-win season. He was the best player on this team. He was an All-NBA player on the All-NBA third team. Just like some games, late games, it became like those close, clutch games. The Raptors were essentially just give the ball to Siakam, get out of the way, let him go create offense. And a lot of the time he did. I felt like the Raptors won a lot of those games, a lot of those close games, a lot of those clutch games. And the reason they did, it's down to the performances of Pascal Siakam. If you go to Bam Adebayo, you're not getting that. You're not getting that. Maybe some of those defensive stops kind of make a difference for the Miami Heat 100%, but like offensively, there are some certain limitations to Bam Adebayo's game. He's a great finisher around the rim, but as it comes to creating the offense for his team, that is just not going to happen. And there were a lot of games throughout the playoffs that indicated that, he's just not really that guy offensively. Like, he lacked a lot of aggression. He lacked a lot of real determination to create the offense. He was just kind of hanging around on the outside, playing good defense, and mostly wanted to let other people do the work. But defensively, Bam Adebayo is the better player. I can support that 100%. Those three all-defense teams, and I think he was a finalist last year. Not the most recent season, but the one before that. I believe he was a finalist for the Defensive Player of the Year. So there's no question he brings a lot of defense. But Pascal Siakam, I always maintain he is an underrated defender, but he is at the very least, a good defender. He is definitely better than a good defender. He's I would say, very good to great defender. Like, his switchability offers a lot in that endeavor, and he is very good at staying with his check, active hands. He's not going to get the most amount of blocks or steals, but like, you don't really need those stats if you're altering a bunch of shots and you're making life difficult for the guy you're playing up against. And Siakam is a good defender, at least in that endeavor. And the way he plays offense is just on a complete other plane of existence to Bam Adebayo. Bam Adebayo can wouldn't say absolutely, sorry. Bam Adebayo does not create his own offense at any sort of consistency whatsoever. Siakam does it pretty much every single possession. So, like, you have Pascal Siakam here, who is the #1 option on a very good team and has been the #2 option on a championship level team, a team that actually won the championship. Bam Adebayo is a very good defender for a championship level team, one that has not won an NBA championship. And that's a difference. That's a little bit of a difference. Pascal Siakam offered a ton of offense en route to that NBA championship. And since then, when Kawhi left, the Raptors were supposed to fall back to obscurity, fall back into the lottery. A lot of people said the Raptors were never going to come close ever again. Well, since then, Siakam has been our best player. And in 2 of those seasons, the Raptors have been extremely, extremely competitive. One of those seasons, they were the 2 seed. One of those was the tank year, where admittedly Siakam may not have been at his best. And another one of those years, which was the most recent season, Siakam was All-NBA third team and helped this team get to a 5 seed in a year again where they were supposed to be rebuilding. They were supposed to be rebuilding. And they were the 5 seed off the back of some outrageous performances from Pascal Siakam and in all of his playoff performances, other than that Game 3, specifically Games 4 and 5, he was absolutely spectacular. So there's levels to this. There's levels to this 100%. You're comparing a proven second option on a championship team. You're looking at a proven first option on a extremely competitive team. And you're looking at the defensive stopper in Bam Adebayo. You're comparing Siakam to a player that in Bam Adebayo is a very good defender, like excellent defender on a near championship level team. One who doesn't create the offense there. So as far as the value add to the team, Siakam provides more value. And if you really think about it this way, let's say the Miami Heat offered Bam Adebayo for Pascal Siakam. Sorry, let's say the other way around. Let's say the Raptors offered Pascal Siakam for Bam Adebayo. Miami would take that. Miami would take that. Could you imagine giving that team the extra boost on offense while not seeing a very huge drop-off on defense? Like, there's a drop-off. You won't have that defensive stopper. Like, if you're playing against Giannis, it might be a little bit more noticeable, but for the insane ad you get offensively in terms of shot creation, take a ton of the load off of Jimmy Butler offensively. Miami would do that. It would make Miami better. Miami would be better with Pascal Siakam. At the very least, they're no worse. The Miami Heat are absolutely not going to be worse if you 1-for-1 swap Siakam for Bam Adebayo. You move Bam Adebayo on the Raptors, and you take away that first offensive option, the Raptors get worse. I think that's the best way to kind of answer this question here. If you were to swap 1-for-1, the Raptors get worse. The Heat, at the very least, do not get worse, in my opinion. And for that reason, Pascal Siakam is a player that adds more to their team. I mean, these arguments, of course, these kind of debates are extremely subjective. I just give you my opinion, and I stick to it. That's why you clicked on this video, to get my opinion. And, they don't really mean a lot in the whole grand scheme of things, but it is kind of fun and entertaining, in my opinion, to go through certain things like this and just give my point of view. And that's exactly why I use this channel, Amateur TV, to give you these discussions, give you kind of takes like this. So overall, Siakam adds more to his team than Bam Adebayo. I don't think it's very much debatable. I don't think it's very much close. And I think the majority of NBA fans who have a brain will also agree with that statement. This doesn't mean Bam Adebayo is not a good player. Like, you're allowed to say one is better than the other without the other being trash. Like, Bam Adebayo is a great player, amazing defender, a good offensive weapon, especially in crunch time. Maybe he drops off a little bit. Maybe in those playoff settings he drops off a little bit. I mean, that was very telling in the playoffs, but still a very good defender. The Miami Heat are happy to have him. I'm sure Miami Heat fans will be saying that they prefer Bam Adebayo to Pascal Siakam. They're probably lying, but whatever. Props to them. Small argument, and we're never really going to find an actual true answer out there on the court, but it is what it is. Thank you so much for watching this video on Amateur TV. Really do appreciate it. Make sure you give a like on this video if you find yourself having enjoyed along the way. Goes a long way to supporting the channel. When you like the video, YouTube will recommend this video to more people who may be interested in a topic just like this. And also be sure to subscribe to Amateur TV. I'm going to keep you entertained all throughout the offseason with NBA content with a focus on the Toronto Raptors. I'll see you again next time for another video.